So yesterday I did a video about Pokemon and how the cards just really aren't that rare. Some of them are, but most of them aren't. And why sports cards actually are the better investment, but not the cards that everyone is buying. So I made a list of all the players or all the cards that I'm going to try and get. And I'm going to help you compete with me, basically, by making this video, which I really don't even want to do, but you're welcome. So let's jump into it. So first, let me talk about how I got to this list. So I hate to be that guy, but I'm going to be that guy. So I came back into the hobby around 2020. So like, I wouldn't say in 2020, but I was kind of observing around 2020. So, but I wasn't really buying. That's from 2020 and 25 to 25, where we are now. We're going into another era where they're doing a lot of printing of cards. But one thing I noticed is the early 2000s, 2000 to I would say 2015, which I'll demonstrate with this list. There were way fewer cards printed back then. So what I did is I started at the year 2000, went on Google, 2000 NBA draft class, and I started there. And it would actually give me the names of the players who ended up being Hall of Famers in that class. So I didn't have to go through the whole class. I could just see the top three names from that class. I think I started after LeBron, so 2004. I basically kept it simple. Topps Chrome, Refractor, early 2000s, and then Silver Prisms post 20, I think it's 2015. So the first card or the first player that came up, 2004, Dwight Howard. Now I want you to tell me the first thing you notice when you look at this screen. Exactly. Look at the pop count. It's only 28 of these on the planet. And he's not a big legend or anything, but I mean, for $300, I think that's an easy buy, because he's not like a legend right now, but he will be looked at like a legend to the people that are younger than me. I mean, his cards won't be millions of dollars, but his cards should go up in value over time. I think there's going to be a rush for these guys from my generation and a little bit younger soon. I'm not saying years from now, I'm saying like soon. The next one that came up, Chris Paul, he just retired. PSA 10, Pop 24. That means you are lucky if you will even be able to find one of these. You know, they're not going to be trading often. Like PSA 9, there's only 96 of those. Like, there's not much of this stuff because they weren't making many. PSA 9 going for $950. You know, it's probably going to sit there until somebody, you know, either snap buys it or, you know, puts in a bid and gets one for cheaper. But I mean, I'm not buying it for that much, but I'm thinking about getting some of these. Maybe not right now because the season is hot right now. Basketball is hot right now. So it's not a good time to buy basketball, even though it's kind of hard not to because basketball is going on. So next up, we got 2005. I think we skipped 2006. Then you got Kevin Durant. Pop 200 of his refractors numbered. So the refractors were numbered this year to $14.99. And it just sold for $4,000. So that's, you know, right now it's kind of out of my range. Like I don't like Kevin Durant that much. So I probably wouldn't get this one. But, you know, if we're talking value and rare things, like this Derrick Rose, Pop 12 of his refractor. You can't get one. And if you want one, you got to get it from this guy. Like, I'll make an offer on that. Like, I'll do it right now. Because, I mean, I kind of want it. Like, Derrick Rose, I fuck with Derrick Rose. The last one sold for, yeah, we'll say 600. No, I'll say 500. And let him talk me up to 6. Okay, never mind. Russell Westbrook, Pop 4. Like, I think this is a gold mine And it's not even just Topps Chrome. It's anything that's from this time period, because there weren't many cards back then. But there are some guys, you know, who will go down in history. DeMar DeRozan, I threw him on a list. You know, he's still playing. Like, he's probably got a lot of points. Probably going to be in the Hall of Fame. Top 10. And then you got Steph Curry. You know, the unachievable. There's 371 of those, because there's a lot of grading. There's more grading of his stuff because of Steph Curry, but it's still a really low number. Like, you can't really get it. I mean, you can, but 1,500 in the PSA 9. So, James Harden, Pop 64. The next thing I want to talk about is, as you see when we move forward in time, like the next one we go to 2012, Draymond Green. There's 33 of those. We get into the Prism era. Damian Lillard, still low pop. You know, it's not a really huge player, so his pop's not going to be high as Steph Curry's, but relatively speaking, as we move forward in time. 2012, Anthony Davis, 34. 2015, Karl Anthony Towns. Now look, this is 2015, 171. So the pops are kind of starting to creep up a little bit. Then you got 2017, Jason Tatum, 932. 2018, Luka, 2,400. Shea Gilgeous, 700. Jalen Brunson, 600. So they're still pretty rare. And I think their cards might also be some good buys right now, but I don't know. You know, they maybe the champions, Jason Tatum, Shea, the rest of these guys, I just got them in here to watch them. And then we get to Paolo, 900, Chet, just threw them in there. And then Victor Wembanyama, 4,971. And I mean, we might as well throw Cooper Flag in here now. Cooper Flag, Topps Chrome. I'm looking for silver. Refractor. Now, we're not going to see many 10s. The population's low because it's a brand new card. But I imagine maybe not as high as Victor Wembanyama, but it's going to get up there. And that trend is going to continue. But PSA is trying to slow it down by raising their prices. So, you know, I think, like I said, I think reaching back into the early 2000s and getting some of these guys, trying to at least keeping an eye on the market, basically, for these guys might be a good idea for investment wise. Like Anthony Davis, you know, I don't know about these guys, but the population on them, like, they're so rare that you can kind of do what these guys are already doing. They're putting them up for like crazy prices and just sitting on them and waiting, you know, and who can say it's not worth what you're asking for if there aren't any more. Like this one right here is going for 32. And his refractor is out of one. Oh, that's an auto. Let's see. Let's find like, look, there are no sales. Here's a Kevin Durant going for 6,000. Like, these are rare cards. I mean, I'm sure people are on this already, but then there's a lot of focus on the newer stuff when the older stuff is better. It's a better hold. It holds its value better and it goes up. They go up. I mean, it's kind of proven. Like, let's see how Karl Anthony Towns chart is looking, actually. And the stuff is down, not to mention, by the way. Like, that's the other part. This stuff is down. It's not like this stuff has been trending up. Like, I'm trying to get this stuff at a bottom. Like, these are never selling. Like, there's only one sale since 2023. Like, whoever has them is just holding them. Look at that. Like, this goes with everything I do in crypto. Like, charts that are down like that, like, the money is made in the buy. It's not made in the sell. It's made when you buy it. So if I'm buying stuff that's down like this, Like, this is when I heard about cards. Now, luckily, I didn't get in, but during this time, this is where I was been buying. I just wish I would have been buying more cards during that time. I think if you got the courage, might be a good idea to get some of these. Yeah. So actually, I bought a Karl Anthony Towns. It's probably not going to get much cheaper than that. But what I need to do is I need to start by year so I can keep up with everybody and just delete who I have.